Okay, guys, in IELTS writing, one of the four essay types is what we call advantages, disadvantages essay. We have four essays in total, like advantages, disadvantages essay, opinion essay, discussion essay, and problem solution essay. In your actual exam, you will get any one of these types, or they can be the mixture of these four types: advantages and opinion, advantages and solution. Okay, so discussion and opinion, so there can be any mixed type as well. But we will go through all four types of essays. The first thing is, whenever you read the topic, you should be able to understand the topic of the essay. For example, for advantages, disadvantages essay, they will write a sentence which will help you understand, and that sentence is, what are the benefits and drawbacks of, or what are the advantages and disadvantages of, or number three, they will write, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of. That's it. Okay, now there is another essay type, or another type of essay where you think it is advantages, disadvantages essay, but actually it is not. That is, do you think advantages outweigh disadvantages? When they say do you think, whenever they use the word do you think, do you believe, that is an opinion essay. That is not advantages, disadvantages essay. So one warning: if the essay type is, do you think advantages outweigh disadvantages, do you think advantages are more than drawbacks, so that is not advantages, disadvantages essay, that is opinion essay. Otherwise, for advantages, disadvantages, simple. Okay, now I want you all, by the way, for this week, you will read from page number 7, or note down the unit number. Unit number 1 and unit number 4. Write it down somewhere on your copy. Unit number 1 and unit number 4. So this week in your mock test also, you will get advantages, disadvantages essay, unit number 1, unit number 4. Now listen, you're looking for higher band score. Read these two units. Unit 1 is for band score 6, and unit number 4 is for band score 7 or 8. So you should read that carefully. All the components they teach you, all the grammar, vocabulary, everything. So these things are going to ensure. And let me tell you, it's not that you have read all these things and now you've become perfect. It takes time to develop your writing. I mean, at least you should target 20 to 30 essays with clear learning. Then you will see the result. Now, if you say, I learned one thing, I developed one essay, why am I not getting 7 on that? It will not be done like this. You do one essay writing, then you write another essay with learning. Without learning, you write 100 essays. I mean, for example, if your level is band 5, in 100 essays, you will get 5 band, right? So unit number 1, unit number 4, learn each and everything, each and every sentence structure, and then use them and write at least 8 to 10 advantages, disadvantages essay, and you will see the difference as well, okay? All right, now let's go on with the topic. Whenever you write advantages, disadvantages essay, there are two types. There are two styles of writing. By the way, introduction and conclusion is in every essay. Introduction and conclusion. The middle part is called body of the essay. So body paragraphs, minimum there can be 2 paragraphs, and maximum there can be 3 or 4 paragraphs. Minimum 2, maximum 4. Okay, not more than that. But generally, we write 2 to 3 body paragraphs. And it depends on you. For example, I'm going to teach you advantages, disadvantages essay. I'm going to teach you a plan where you can write 4 body paragraphs. There can be another plan where you can write only 2 body paragraphs. So I tell you how. And basically, number of paragraphs will not affect your band score. It's not that if you write 2 paragraphs, you get low band score. If you write 4 paragraphs, you get high band score. No, it's the number of words that you write. If you've written 250 words minimum in 2 paragraphs, you will get your desired band. If your language skills are good. If you've written 250 words in 4 paragraphs, that is minimum word count, so you will get the same band score. It depends on the writing, the quality of your writing. So anyways, I'm on page number 12, and we have this topic here, page number 12, advantages and disadvantages. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Write about the following topic. Now let's see what is the topic. These days, when you read the topic, read each word and translate it into your own language, into your mother tongue or into your national language or into English. If you are from English medium school, you can translate it into English. Now only the topic we need. It should be the bigger one, full screen topic. Okay, they say these days means at present. More and more people, that means a large number of people, majority of people, large number of people are going to other countries. Going to other countries means they are going abroad. Now what we understand, at present, a large number of people are going abroad. Understand? So this is how, don't read all the topic and then say kenda ki. Read each word with clear interpretation. Interpretation means understand. Because if you write anything off the topic and your writing is of 7 band, you will get 5.5. Off the topic. Off the topic means you misunderstood the topic or you covered, there is one band criteria for 6 to 6.5 that you cover one part of the essay more than the other. Like you wrote one advantage in great detail, second advantage has only minimal detail. So you should be careful with that as well, okay? So, other countries, for significant periods of time. What is significant period? 1 year diploma course in Canada, 2 years education in Canada, 3 years work permit, 5 years, and even permanent residence. That is forever. So that is what they call significant periods of time, like 1 year to lifetime. That is what they say, significant periods of time. Next, what do they say? Either to find a job or study. So job means immigration, job means career, job means work permit, and education means study abroad, foreign studies, and all that. Okay, now, there are clearly many benefits to doing this. Doing this means going to a foreign country for a significant period of time to find a job or study. There are clearly many benefits to doing this, but people who live abroad can also face some difficulties. Right? Now we understand the whole topic. People who live abroad, they face some difficulties as well. Then they say, discuss. Now from this sentence, you will understand every type of essay. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of living and working in a foreign country. So now you understand the essay is advantages, disadvantages. Okay, now listen. When you decide on the layout of the essay, introduction, one long paragraph which may contain 2 to 3 advantages, one long paragraph which may contain 2 to 3 disadvantages, conclusion. How many paragraphs in total? 4. This is one style. Now, if you don't want to keep your paragraphs long and you want to talk to the... Okay, now, I was telling you about the number of paragraphs, okay? So, if you want to write comfortably shorter paragraphs, then 2 separate paragraphs for 2 advantages, 2 separate paragraphs for 2 disadvantages. And if you want to write 3 advantages in 1 paragraph, then you can write 1 long paragraph. It depends on you. Remember, examiner will look at your essay through 4 eyes. Eye number 1, task response or task achievement. That means how thoroughly you cover the topic and number of words. If you write 200 words and you've written very well, you will get low band score. Okay? Task response means on the topic. You write on the topic. You understand the type of essay. Sometimes they give opinion essay and students think it is advantages, disadvantages, and they write good essay on that. So task response means how thoroughly you cover the topic, how thoroughly you understand the topic, and the word count. Second criteria is actually what we call lexical resource. That is vocabulary. Now look at this topic, please. They say more and more people. Now you should underline more and more people and you should know at least 4 to 5 phrases to elaborate that. Number 1, more and more people. Number 2, large number of people. Number 3, vast majority of people. Number 4, come on, come up with variety. Okay, so if you're using every time more and more people, you will get low band score. Next word is other countries. Now look here, other countries, foreign countries, abroad, overseas. This is how you get good band score. Okay, and if you're writing everywhere, other country, foreign country, other country. Okay, so then this is significant periods of time. Now, other words for significant periods of time. Underline these words and at least come up with 4 to 5 different words related to that. Okay, then they say either to find a job. For job, what are the other words for job? Career, career opportunities, right? And then they use the word study. For study, you can use study, education, studying in a foreign country, foreign university, foreign educational institutions. I mean, just divide it into those parts. That's what examiner wants to see. The extent of your knowledge, okay? Then they say there are clearly many benefits. Now you should know, because you are writing advantages, disadvantages essay. At least 3 to 4 words to talk about advantages. Number 1, advantages. Number 2, benefits. Number 3, the positives. Number 4, so you should come up with 4 or 5 words related to that. Do you understand? We have 2 types of vocabulary. One is topic related vocabulary. One is task related vocabulary. Task is advantages, disadvantages essay. Now I will show you one vocabulary which you can use in any advantages, disadvantages essay. First learn that. Second is topic related vocabulary. Topic you've read already. I've just told you underline the words and write the synonyms of those words. Anyways, now let's take a start. First we've got introduction. Nowadays, taking a year out. Now, first sentence is called a general sentence about the topic. So that is, nowadays, taking a year out to live or study abroad is becoming increasingly popular. This is a general sentence about the topic. For many people means actually they used it for more and more people. So for more and more people, for many people. For many people, especially young adults, the chance to spend an extended period of time overseas. The word overseas is for living abroad, going abroad. So this is how you play with the words and you give a variety. Overseas is an attractive one. However, there are both pros and cons. Now what is pros and cons? Advantages and disadvantages. Now you understand? This is what you need to come up with. Play like this. Variety of words, variety of these synonyms. To deciding to do this. Now, instead of writing to deciding to do this, you can write to going to a foreign country like that. Or there are both pros and cons of going to a foreign country. In this essay, this is called thesis sentence. Thesis sentence is a sentence where you tell the examiner the type of essay you are writing. In this essay, I will discuss some of the reasons why moving abroad is so popular. Now, what does that mean? Advantages. Some of the reasons why moving abroad is popular means advantages. And some of the challenges. Challenges means disadvantages. Learn this language, and whenever you get advantages, disadvantages essay, use these words and phrases and you'll be fine with it. Around 30% words and phrases are related to the essay type. Around 30%. 70% topic type. Topic vocabulary is 70% and essay type vocabulary is 30%. So this 30% you can learn in an hour or so. Okay, now discuss some of the reasons why moving abroad is popular and some of the challenges to be overcome. Now, in the first paragraph, you are going to talk about one advantage. Listen, you always get good bench score if you elaborate your idea. If in my advantages, disadvantages essay, I write 10 advantages and 10 disadvantages, I will not be able to get good bench score. But if I write only 2 advantages with proper elaboration and explanation, I will get good bench score. Now, advantage number 1. Explain advantage number 1. Give example related to advantage number 1 and conclude advantage number 1. Then move on to second advantage. So this is what we call coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion is equal to 25% out of 100. Okay, so let's see. Let's begin. Now, instead of let's begin, you can write first of all. You can write firstly. Okay, let's begin by looking at the advantages of moving away. Now, moving away is for going abroad. One of the main positives of heading overseas is that it broadens your horizon. Advantage number 1, it broadens your horizon. Now, when you live in one country From that country, you go to another country, it will broaden your horizons. Means your thoughts, your ideas, there is some expansion in your thoughts and ideas. That means it broadens your horizon. So advantage number 1 is that. Now, throughout this paragraph, you will only talk about broadening the horizon. What do you mean by this? If you have any relevant example, you will give example like that. So, one of the main positives of heading overseas is that it broadens your horizon. What I mean by this is that you have the chance to meet people from different cultural backgrounds and learn to cope with foreign customs and food. This can make you more rounded as a person. Concluding statement of the paragraph. So a paragraph has 4 parts, body paragraph. Number 1, main idea. Number 2, explanation of main idea. Number 3, now here you have 2 options. Option A, you can give example. If you don't have example, option B, further elaborate that idea. And sentence number 4, conclude your paragraph. Next paragraph. Secondly, moving abroad. Now moving abroad means going abroad. Moving abroad can lead to a better quality of life. What is advantage number 2? Better quality of life. Very simple. Take British people for example. So you are giving now example. To elaborate your idea, you are using example. And use international examples, global examples. Take British people for example. Thousands of people from the UK move to Spain and Australia every year. These countries. Now this is very good to link these countries. These countries means, yeah, exactly, Spain and Australia. These countries have warmer climates and encourage a better work-life balance. In addition, now these words are very important. I call them tags. Before each sentence, there must be a tag. In addition means you want to add something. Finally means this is your last sentence. Furthermore means you want to add on something. So these tags are important. In Ielts language, we call it coherence and cohesion. In addition, by living overseas, you can gain qualifications and language skills which may improve promotion prospects on your return. What is advantage number 1? It broadens your horizon. Advantage number 2? Absolutely. Now we are going to come towards disadvantages. Okay? Turning to the other side of the argument. It means first advantages. Now turning to the other side. You can use other side. You can use opposite side. Because first advantages and now opposite side is disadvantages. So turning to the other side of the argument. Culture shock is a major problem. Disadvantage number 1 is culture shock. Culture shock means you go to their culture, things are like haram, halal and all that, okay? Culture shock is a major problem. Many people who take a year out find it hard to cope with the language barrier, the food and general cultural differences. Got it? So what is culture shock? Culture shock means language barrier, food and general cultural. So they elaborated that. Now, if you write culture shock and you don't write what you mean by culture shock, you'll get low band score. Culture shock, okay. Now, what is culture shock? Explain that. This often leads to, this means culture shock, differences and all that. This often leads to homesickness and in some cases a sense of isolation. See that every sentence unfolds something new, something different, no repetition of words, ideas and all that. Another issue. What is the meaning of issue here? Disadvantage, right? Another issue. Now you're not saying another disadvantage, one advantage, another advantage, third advantage, fourth advantage, low band score plan, okay? Another issue, or you can use the word challenge. Another challenge is that it can be difficult to start a new life from scratch. When you go to a foreign country, new house, new location, new place, everything is new. So you are starting your life from scratch. That means starting your life from zero. It can be difficult to start new life from scratch. In other words, when you move abroad, you have to make new friends and find your place in the community. Then gradually you will make new friends and find your place in that community. This process, now this process is a very good example of referencing, and referencing is only used by the writers who get 7 or above. This process means the process of making new friends and finding your place in the community. This process, you can use the word this process, such procedures, such people, this type of person, something like that. takes time and can be especially challenging if there is also a language barrier to deal with. So 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages. Now listen, whenever you write conclusion of advantages, disadvantages essay, in conclusion you have to give your opinion. Now you might argue it's not opinion essay. Why should I give my opinion? Actually, your opinion means advantages are more or disadvantages are more. I mean, you wrote an essay. Why did you discuss advantages and disadvantages? So that you could draw a conclusion that advantages are more or disadvantages are more. So, all things considered, starting life in a foreign country is never easy. What is conclusion of the essay? Starting life in a foreign country is difficult. And if you want to change it, you can do that. You can say, all things considered, starting life in a foreign country is full of opportunities. It's up to you. I mean, conclusion depends on you. You're writing advantages, disadvantages essay. You think advantages are more, write it in conclusion. You think disadvantages are more, you can write that in conclusion. At the end, you need to weigh up the pros of. After writing pros, you will write 2 advantages. And what are they? Better lifestyle, weather, and so on. And the cons of. Cons means disadvantages. Cons of culture shock and language barrier. So you will give 1 sentence summary of 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. And now you will write your opinion. What is your opinion? Advantages are more or disadvantages are more. So personally, I believe the benefits in terms of personal growth eventually outweigh any negatives. Okay, so if you plan something like this, you can even get 7.5. One of my students got 8 band in writing. Okay, yeah, I'll share his writing with you. I'll share that in group. Okay, so that is possible. Yeah, but you come up to that level, then you will get 8 band. Yeah. Okay, thank you.